This is my review of Wonder Woman Flight of Courage. Unpopular opinion, but I do prefer this over the smaller raptors such as Railblazer and Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster. Let's get into the review. Starting with a few notable things. This ride is the tallest and fastest and longest single rail in the world. But it really isn't anything to boast about since it just took the record by a landslide. Now into the layout. The ride starts out with an amazing 131-foot drop, which I think is around 80 degrees. After the first drop, the ride goes into a dive loop that gives a good dose of laterals. Then the ride heads into a camelback that gives good flowjector airtime. The best element on the ride follows with the 0G stall with loads of hang time. Then the ride goes into a turnaround that gives some good pops of airtime at the entry and the exit. This then leads into a very smooth and floaty 0G roll. This 0G roll isn't killer like the other ones on RMCs, but it is a nice element. Then the ride pops into a mid-course brake run that doesn't slow the train down one bit. After the mid-course, the ride goes through a drop that gives some good airtime and some underrated laterals. This turnaround isn't really interesting, it just serves as a way for the train to change direction. Next come 2 consecutive outer banked hills, and then 1 smaller bunny hop, and then 2 wave turns into the brakes. I heard people say that the airtime was weak on those last few hills, but then it didn't really mind to me. Now to my opinion. As I said in the beginning of the video, I actually prefer the larger raptors over the smaller ones. This is because I think the larger raptors are a more complete ride and have more elements, whereas the smaller raptors end right before they start. Yes, the elements on the smaller raptors are way more punchy and whippy, but I still prefer the larger raptors just because they have more elements. Out of all of my roller coasters, this ranks number 2, right behind Twisted Colossus. I also always hear people complaining about the shoulder straps, but they don't really mind me. Since I am on the shorter side, the shoulder straps don't restrict from any airtime I would usually get. So after all this, how well would I rank Wonder Woman Flight of Courage at Six Flags Magic Mountain? I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Those 0.5 points were taken off by a slight rattle, and that anything with lap bars is always better. Anyways, thanks for watching. See ya.